Hey everyone, welcome to Techtonica. So this is a game that I've had on my wish list for some time. I added it actually before the game was released into early access, but I just never got around to actually downloading it, well, buying it, downloading it and playing it. So here we are. Now I've not played this game at all. I've never even clicked new game. So this is going to be a complete kind of my first impression of the game, playing it for the first time, not knowing any tips. I've watched no videos, no anything. Before I get started, I just want to put a quick message out there. I was actually going to try and record this game about an hour and a half ago, and it's taken me that long just to get it to work on my PC. There's loads of messages, in Discord online about a black screen and a no audio issue, but that's not what this was. The game would physically not render on my PC, and I like to think I've got a pretty beefy PC. I'm running an i9 processor. I've got a 4070 Ti graphics card. There's no reason my PC cannot run this game, but it just wasn't working. So for anyone who's perhaps having the same issue with this game, I will let you know what my workaround was, and it's not going to work for everybody. It depends on what you have at home. But the way I got this to work, so what was happening was the game would load, and I would see the splash screens come up at the start where it's kind of advertising the different companies that were involved. But then it would get to, I think it got to the main menu and my screen would be black. I could use the down and up arrows to navigate the menu, but I couldn't see anything, so I couldn't work my way through it to do anything. A lot of people online are saying it's the gamma settings, but it wasn't. And even if it was the gamma settings, I couldn't change it because I couldn't see what I was doing. So what I had to do, what I noticed was whenever the game would load, it would open up into a small resolution window, and then it would force itself full screen. To get around that, I had to plug in a second monitor into a HDMI port. The port is irrelevant, but that's what I did. I made that my main screen, and then I launched the game. Whilst the game was in its windowed portion, I then dragged the game onto my large main screen, and then the game rendered. And then it has allowed me to go into my settings, which was in here, and then in video, I've turned this to borderless windowed full screen. By default, it goes exclusive full screen, and I'm not going back to that. I don't know what its problem is. It just wasn't working. But that has fixed the issue for me. Now I've launched this game multiple times and it is working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to also make a video with this bit, just to see if it helps anybody else. Hopefully it does, because after an hour I was very tempted to try and get a refund on this game because it was ticking me off. The fact that it's a new game, and I don't know, you just think it's going to work, and it didn't, and it was really annoying me. I tried different launch options. I couldn't get it to force it into a windowed view. It was forcing full screen. It wasn't my antivirus doing anything. It was nothing. So for anyone watching, try that. Plug in a second monitor. I've got a really crappy monitor, which actually isn't even mine. It's a work monitor from my wife. Plugged it in, and that doing that, we're dragging it while it's in its window portion, has fixed the issue. So hopefully that does help somebody else. So yeah, give that a go and let me know if you have any problems. Just let me know in the comments.